Dear learners, in this presentation, I am going to discuss about the error and steady state error. Actually, in the last two lectures, we discussed about the time response of first and second order systems. So, the objective of this particular presentation, learning objective, is to investigate the effect of type of the system and the nature of input on the steady state error. So first, what is error? Error is nothing but measure of accuracy. In any measurement, instrumentation, we see what is error. Error is very, very important. Only when we have error-free measurement, it is possible to control the system in a way that we wish. So, in that connection, error is very, very important. That means how error comes in the system, how to reduce that error, that we should know. So, it is a measure of accuracy. Errors arise in a control system due to the nature of input, then type of the system, then non-linearities of system components. So even though we discuss, we do everything with us for a linear time invariant system only, the transfer function approach, the components we may have non-linearity, control system components, like static friction, backlash, this gear and all will have non-linearity. Similarly, the motor will have saturation. So, saturation is a non-linearity. So, likewise, we will have non-linearities. So, these non-linearities will cause error. Because of these non-linearities also, system will not respond according to our expectation. Generally, these errors are aggravated by amplifier drifts. So, we will have amplifier drift also because of the difference between the theoretical and the practical working of the amplifier. So there will be amplifier drift, especially when we amplify a larger signal with the lesser VCC and minus VEE. Then in that case there will be amplifier drift. Then aging. So aging is also a problem when the measurement or the system undergoes age. There will be error. Then deterioration, some performance drop. So this is a closed loop transfer function, closed loop system using the transfer function model. This we have already seen in the block diagram, algebra also. So error is R of s minus B of s. B of s is C of s H of s. So here C of s by R of s expression we know, G of s by 1 plus G of s H of s. Therefore that C of s by G of s 1 plus G of s multiplied by R of s to get C of s, that's all. So here if we take LCM and simplify, E of s is R of s by 1 plus G of s H of s, because R of s into 1 plus R of s into G of s H of s minus this in the numerator. So that R of s, G of s, H of s will cancel with this. So only R of s will be in numerator. So error in S domain is R of s by 1 plus G of s, H of s. Steady state error we have to find out. So steady state error is, what is the error as time tends to infinity. So this can be determined even without knowing the value of response. By final value theorem, limit t tends to infinity f of t is limit Sn into 0 S times f of s. So role of f of t is played by E of t, role of f of s being played by E of s, that's all. So here E of s expression is there. So multiply this E of s expression by s, take the limiting value as s tends to 0. So here steady state error depends on this G of s, H of s nature and this R of s. So this G, that is what written here, steady state error depends on loop transfer function G of s, H of s and input R of s. Generally, g of s, h of s can be expressed in two forms, time constant form or pole zero form. Time constant form means it will be 1 plus st form like this. 1 plus st z1, 1 plus st z2, etc. 1 plus stp1, 1 plus stp2, etc. Pole zero form means s plus z1 and s plus z2, etc. s plus p1, s plus p2, etc. So here I am going to use time constant form for evaluating steady state error because we are going to take the limit s tends to 0. As s tends to 0, all the numerator terms with the brackets will become 1. So it will be easy for us to simplify. Whereas if we use this, we will have z1, z2, p1, p2, etc. We will have extra terms. That is why we use time constant form. Since in the previous slide, we have seen this particular time constant form, we will see for different values of this small n, what will be the steady state error, because that will affect g of s, h of s. Similarly, for different r of s, what is steady state error? So first consider a type 0 system. So s power n is 0, s power 0 is 1. So the rest of the terms are written. So this is the steady state error expression in general. So for a step input, r of s, s into r of s is 1 by s. So s cancel each other. So g of s, h of s, the entire thing will come here. As s tends to 0, these terms will become 1. So it is 1 by 1 plus k. So finally 1 by 1 plus k. This k only we call kp, where kp is limit s into 0 g of s, h of s. This is g of s, h of s. As s tends to 0, this we call kp, because as s tends to 0, this becomes k, that is what we call kp. This kp is called position error constant. That is for step input, whatever constant is there, that is called position error constant. Because step is also called position input. Next, ramp input. So s into r of s. So r of s is 1 by s square now. 1 plus same whatever you have written here, we are writing here. So s and s square, 1s will cancel, 1 s will go to the denominator. So here we will get 1 s term, that is the next thing, s term will get. So as s tends to 0, that will become 0. So here also we will have 1 s term. So s plus s into this. So this will become 0 as s tends to 0. Therefore that term will go. So 1 by s into this. So that means this is your g of s, h of s without s. Therefore, limit s into 0 we can write 1 by s into g of s, h of s. So g of s, h of s multiplied by s. Now this g of s, h of s as s tends to 0, g of s, h of s as s tends to 0 is called velocity error constant. That is limit s into 0, s times g of s, h of s. In fact, we know as s tends to 0, this is 0, these things are 1, so 1 by 0, infinity. Anyway, so that is what written here. So ESS is 1 by kV. So steady state error is 1 by limit s into 0, s times g of s, h of s. So 1 by kV. So kV is 0, that is the denominator is 0. ESS is 1 by 0 infinity. That is, instead of writing a big expression, we are using an intermediate expression kp, that's all. Similarly, instead of writing 1 by s g of s, h of s, s tends to 0, this we are writing kV, so 1 by kV is steady state error, that's all. This kV we determine from that steady state error. Here again the same thing. Instead of writing big thing, this alone we find out as s tends to 0, and that we substitute in this expression, that's all. Next we will see for parabolic input what is the steady state error for same type 0 system. So parabolic means acceleration, so 1 by s cube. So s square we will have. So this s square will be there, here also s square. So s square will be 0. So this is s square g of s, h of s. So this limit s into 0, s square into g of s, h of s is called k, acceleration error constant. So as s tends to 0, this term is 0. So 1 by k is infinity. So this is acceleration error constant. If you consider type 1 system, same g of s h of s but divided by s time, because s power n becomes equal to 1. So type 0 system means n is 0. So it is a polar torsion. So here there was no polar torsion. N equal to 0 means no polar torsion. Here there is a polar torsion or 1 by s1 integrator in the g of s h of s. So for a step input, when we find out Kp, so what happens? Limit s into 0, g of s h of s. So as s tends to 0, these terms are 1, these terms are 1. So k by 0 infinity. So steady state is 1 by 1 plus kb 0. So it was 1 by 1 plus k for type 0 system. So type 1 system steady state is 0. That means finite steady state is reduced to 0 for the same step input just by increasing the type of the system by 1. Ramp input. So kV is this. So s into g of s h of s. Already there is a s. So if you multiply with this, ss cancels. So as s tends to 0, this will be k. So ESS is 1 by kV, 1 by k. So it is constant. So velocity error constant was infinity in type 0 system, whereas it is constant. So for parabolic input, 1 by ka, this. So s square they will cancel. So there will be 1 s in the numerator. Therefore we will have 0 only ka. So steady state is 1 by 0 infinity. So for parabolic type 0 system also we got steady state infinity. Type 2 system. So that means there are two poles at origin or 1 by s square term in the denominator, 1 by s square term in the open loop transfer function. So it was simply 1 in the type 0 system, 1 by s in the type 1 system, 1 by s square in type 2 system. Now step input, if we find out Kp, as s tends to 0, limit s into 0 h of g of s h of s is this is 1, k by 0 infinity. So steady state is 1 by 1 plus infinity 0. So for amp input 1 by kV, so kV, so we have to multiply this with s. So 1 s will cancel, but again as s tends to 0, this will become infinity. So steady state is 1 by infinity 0. So for parabolic input 1 by Ka, so s square they will cancel each other. So Ka s square g of s h of s. So as s tends to, this will be 1, this will be 1. So simply k 1 by k. So if we compare this with respect to the type 1 system, step input we had 0 for type 1 also, here also 0. A ramp input we had constant for type 1 system, it is 0. For parabolic input we had infinity error in type 1 system, whereas here it is constant. So error constant is Kp, Kv, Ka, that is called static constants because they give the value of steady state error only. So they describe the ability of the system to reduce or eliminate steady state error. So for our quick comparison, all these values steady state error were written in the form of a table for different inputs for different types of systems. For a type 0 system, step input steady state at 1 by 1 plus Kp, ramp input infinity. Type 1 0 steady state error for step input, 1 by Kv is 1 by K, infinity for parabolic input. Type 2 just now we have seen 0 steady state error for step input, 0 for ramp input, constant for parabolic input. So here we can see these diagonal elements highlighted, they are constant values. These lower of diagonal elements infinite values, upper of diagonal elements zeros. What we can understand from here is, if we increase the type of the system for the same input, steady state is progressively reduced. So constant 0, thereafter it cannot be still less, so 0 only. Here infinity, so next constant, next is 0. Here infinity for parabolic input. Type 1 also infinity, so type 2 is constant. If we go like this for type 0 system, it is like this. So steady state error 1 by 1 plus kp for step, ramp infinity, parabolic infinity. That means when the same system is subjected to faster input, 1 by s square is faster than step, parabolic input is faster than ramp input. So steady state error is increases. So here 0 for step input type 1, constant infinity. That means steady state error increases when the system is subjected to faster inputs. 0, 0, 1 by k. So faster input means steady state error increases. So there are disadvantages of error constants. In fact, when the signal that is standard inputs are other than the standard input, step, ramp and parabolic, we cannot get this steady state error. So all these steady state error we get only for standard inputs. Similarly, how the error varies with respect to the time, exact manner, we do not know. But we know if the type error system is increased, steady state error is decreased. That we know. Generally, systems with type more than 2 are not used in practice, real time. Because when we increase the type error system, order error system becomes higher. So such systems are difficult to stabilize. So this aspect we can discuss when we talk about the stability. Then dynamic error, that is E of t at any time, will be larger compared to type 0, type 1, type 2 systems. Even though the steady state error may be less, the dynamic error may be larger. So to overcome these disadvantages, we go for a dynamic error series or a generalized error series, wherein we can find out error as a function of time. Similarly, we can find out error for any input even other than step, ramp and parabolic inputs. So this is the error expression. So this is a steady state error expression. This error expression we are breaking into two, WE of s and R of s. This 1 by 1 plus G of s, H of s is written as WE of s, then R of s. So there are two functions multiplied in S domain. So by convolution, I can write like this. So WE of alpha, R of t minus alpha. Alpha is another time variable. So t minus alpha is shifted time variable. Even instead of alpha, we can use tau or something also. In that case, d tau should be used here. So this is the convolution expression. Probably we would have studied in Laplace transformation. Now this R of t minus alpha can be expanded using Taylor series. So Taylor series is used to find out the functional value in the neighborhood of the function. If we know the function at time t, how to find out at t minus alpha. So R of t minus alpha is R of t minus alpha dr by dt plus alpha square by 2 factorial d square r by 2 square minus etc. Normally we will neglect the higher order terms because when this alpha is very small, that alpha square, alpha cube etc. will be still smaller. So I am substituting this R of t minus alpha, this expression here, and expanding this integration. So the first term is WE of alpha into R of t d alpha integration. Next WE of alpha into minus alpha dr by dt. So that is what written here, into d alpha. Next WE of alpha, R of t minus alpha is alpha square by 2 factorial d square by 2 factorial is taken outside into d alpha. So here this W alpha d alpha, here alpha W alpha d alpha with the minus sign, then W alpha alpha square d alpha. So these terms, when we do the integration, we get the corresponding constants. Here the integration is done with respect to alpha. So R of t can be taken outside the integration. Here R of t can be taken outside, dr by dt can be taken outside, d square r by dt square can be taken outside. Therefore, the first term this will be C naught into R of t. The second term dr by dt will be brought outside. So plus C1 dr by dt, where C1 is minus integral this into this. Then C2, what is C2? Integral 0 to t into this. This square of dt can be taken outside. Therefore this is called the error series, where this C0, C1, C2 are called dynamic error coefficients or generalized error coefficients. So the error series is also called dynamic series or generalized error series. So this C0, whatever we have written here, we have written separate the C0, C1, C2. See here, we have to integrate and find out this. If we want to integrate, we need to find out WE of alpha. So WE of alpha we have to find. We know only WE of s. Therefore, we have to take inverse Laplace transformation, then take time variable as alpha, then we have to integrate. Here also we have to do like this. Instead, we can use the Laplace transformation relation. WE of s is Laplace transformation of WE of alpha. Alpha is some other time variable. So it is f of t, that is WE of alpha into e power minus st, e power minus s alpha dr for this integration. Here, if we substitute s is equal to 0, that is, if we take the limiting value of this as s tends to 0, so you will get limit s into 0 WE of s. And if we substitute that s is equal to 0 here, this will become 1. Therefore, it integral 0 to infinity W of alpha d alpha. That is nothing but your C naught when the upper limit t tends to infinity. Similarly, when we differentiate WE of s with respect to s once, so this I am differentiating. So e power minus s alpha, when we differentiate, we will get minus alpha into e power minus s alpha. WE of alpha will not be affected because it is not time s domain variable. So this differentiation with respect to s, that is, this is respect to s, when we differentiate, you will get this. Here we take limit s tend to 0. So this is 1. So minus can be taken. So integral 0 to infinity WE of alpha, alpha d alpha, which is nothing but the same C1 when the upper limit t tends to infinity. Similarly, when we differentiate this once again, we will get e power minus s alpha, another minus alpha into e power minus s alpha on differentiation. So alpha square W alpha e power minus s alpha. As s tends to 0, this will be 1. So alpha square W alpha d alpha integral 0 to infinity. The second order derivative of WE of s as s tends to 0. This is nothing but same as this, provided this t becomes equal to infinity. Therefore, instead of finding the inverse Laplace transformation and then integrating, we can simply use this WE of s, which can be easily found out from g of s h of s expression. Just take s tends to 0 and differentiate that and take s tends to 0. Once again differentiate that and then take s tends to 0 to find out C0, C1, C2 respectively. So the advantages are, we can determine the steady state error for any input and error for any input. This is the error expression. If we substitute t equal to infinity, you will get steady state error. So we know exact manner in which the error varies with respect to the time, because it is error as a function of time. So problem number 1. So a heat treatment system open loop transfer function is given. Output set point is given. What is the steady state temperature? That means they are given the desired output. So what is the steady state temperature? What is the output as t tends to infinity, they are asking. So desired output is nothing but input. So 500 by s on Laplace transformation. Steady state error is this expression we know very well. General expression for steady state error we have seen when we discussed the error. So R of s is 500 by s. So G of s, it is actually a type 0 system because there is no polar origin. So definitely there will be steady state error. Type 0 system subjected to step input tracks the input with final steady state error. So if we simplify, we will get some steady state error 0.05 degrees centigrade. So 500 is the set point, means if the error is 0.05, the steady state temperature is 500 minus error, because steady state error is input minus desired, that is desired output or input minus the controlled output at steady state. Therefore, now I know the steady state error, I know the set point. Now I want the steady state temperature. So 500 minus 0.05, 499.95 degrees centigrade. Second problem, servo mechanism with open loop transfer function. What type of input gives constant steady state error and what is its value? So steady state error expression we know. So it is constant they have given. So G of us let us substitute, R of us let us keep as it is. We know very well it is a type 0 system. Type 0 system, we have to get a constant steady state error. Naturally, we have to subject that to a step input that we see here. Yeah, we will get this expression. Only when you substitute R of s as 1 by s unit step, yes, they will cancel, you will get constant. Therefore, when we substitute that 1 by s and find out steady state error, we get this error. That is what asked. Next problem, they have given the open loop transfer function. Generalized error coefficients are to be determined and steady state error also should be determined. So error series, we know the formula. Here only the first two terms are highlighted because R of t is given. If we do the differentiation of this, it will be 5, 6 will be 0, and differentiation of this 5t will become 5. Again second order derivative, it will be 0, constant, differentiation 0. Therefore d square r by dt square is not going to exist. That is why only these two terms are highlighted. So C naught is limit s to 0 w e of s, which is 1 by 1 plus g of s h of s. So g of s h of s, they have given 5 by s plus 5. So if we substitute and simplify, we will get 0.5. So C1 we want, so we need d by ds of 1 by 1 plus g of s h of s. Already we have determined 1 by 1 plus g of s h of s as this. Differentiate this again. When you differentiate this, u by v rule. So what is u by v rule? V square. Here it is v du minus u dv. So v is s plus 10. U is s plus 5 on differentiation, it will give 1 plus 0, 1. So into 1 minus u dv, s plus 5 right as it is, s plus 10 on differentiation it is 1. So s plus 5 divided by v square. So as s tends to 0, it is 0.05. So error C naught R, so C naught is 0.5 into R, whatever is given we are writing, plus C1 into dr by dt. What is dr by dt? 5. So if we simplify this, you get 3.25 plus 2.5 t. So steady state error is as time tends to infinity, it is infinity. In fact, this problem we could have done if the problem is simply find out steady state error without error series. We know it is a type 0 system. It is a type 0 system, no polar origin. We have a step input of magnitude 6, the ramp input, that A value is 5. So generally step input means no steady state error. Ramp input means, type 0 system step input means constant steady state error. Ramp input means infinity. So these two are added. Therefore, finally it is infinity. Even we could have straight away come to the conclusion. The question is not finding the error coefficients and then steady state error. So one more problem. G of s, h of s they have given. They have asked to find the generalized error coefficients and error series. Since the input is not given in the problem, I have taken some input just to understand that it is a combination of step, ramp and parabolic. But here ramp is t, parabolic instead of t square by 2 I have taken t square as well. So first I have to find out C naught, that is limit s into 0, 1 by 1 plus g of s h of s, that is w of s. So substitute this, simplify, you will get 0.5. So d by ds of this we have to find out. So using same u by v rule, and if you find out C1, limit s into 0 d by ds of w of s, that is 1 by 1 plus g of s h of s. After simplification we get 0.05. So we need C2 also, because there are 3 terms. T square term is also there, only third order derivative will become 0. So we need up to d square or by d square, therefore C2 up to C2 term we need. So C2 d square by d square we need. So already we have determined this. That is 5 by s plus 10 whole square. So differentiate that, again you use u by v rule. So if you use u by v rule and simplify, we will get this. That is finally we will get C2 after simplification, we will get minus 0.01. So error is C naught r plus C1 dr by dt plus this. So C naught, substitute this, or given C1 is 0.05 into 1 plus 2t minus plus C2 by 2 factorial, that is minus 0.01 by 2 into d square r by dt square. So first order derivative of this is dr by dt is 0, 1 plus 2t. Second order it will be 2, second derivative 2. So substitute and simplify, we will get this. Steady state error will be definitely infinity. We can straight away say steady state error infinity because type 0 system, and it is subjected to higher, faster input is the parabolic input. So parabolic input type 0 definitely infinity. Okay. The next problem, the forward part transfer function is given. Find position, velocity, acceleration error constants. That is static error constant. Find the steady state error when the input is this. So Kp, Kv, Ka simply formula, limit s into 0 g of s h of s, limit s into 0 s times g of s h of s Kv, limit s into 0 s square g of s h of s. Anyway, unity feedback means h of s is 1. So g of s is simply substituted here. We know it is a type 2 system. So type 2 system means Kp will be infinity, Kv infinity. So Ka is 20, some constant. Steady state error, it is 3 by s. If it is 1 by s means step input means, unit step means steady state error is 1 by 1 plus Kp. Is multiplied by 3, that is why 3 by 1 plus Kp. This input is 2 by s square. If we have 1 by s square means ramp, unit ramp. So minus 2 by s square means minus 2 into 1 by Kv. If it is simply 1 by s cube, it is acceleration input. Since it is 1 by 3 s cube, here is 1 by 3 into 1 by Kv. That is why the extra terms are highlighted. We have already determined Kp, Kv, Ka. Substitute, find out the value. Now this we can easily find out it's a constant because type 2 system subjected to step, ramp and parabolic. Among that, fastest input is parabolic. Parabolic means type 2 it is constant. That is why we get constant value. So next problem, the transfer function is given. Determine steady state error for step, ramp, acceleration inputs. Determine damping factor and natural frequency of dominant roots. So we have to find out steady state error. Let us find out Kp, Kv, Ka. So in the same way, so steady state error type 1 system, so it is 0. So steady state error ramp input constant, that is 1. Acceleration input 1 by K, it is infinity. So here it is a third order system. But we are asked to find the damping factor and natural frequency of dominant roots. So third order system means characteristic equation first we can find out. Characteristic equation is denominator polynomial 1 plus g of s h of s is equal to 0. So this 1 plus g of s h of s equal to 0. If we simplify, we will get this equation. So if we factorize this and write it as product of 3 factors, we will get these 3 terms. Here s plus 5.52 is one factor, s plus this is another factor, s plus this is another factor. Here we can find out that these 2 factors, they are complex conjugates of each other. Here the root is minus 5.52, here the root is minus 0.74 minus j 1.123, here it is minus 0.74 plus j 1.123. So the real part is minus 0.74 in these two complex poles. Here it is minus 5.52. So we have already seen in higher order system, the dominant poles are poles closer to the JMA axis. So now we will take only the factors corresponding to the dominant poles, because we have seen that dominant poles only will finally decide the response. So we can neglect this. So we are taking this as a second order equivalent system, that's all. So we know in a second order system, we can write this as minus zeta omega n plus j omega n root of 1 minus zeta square, the poles. So zeta omega n is 0.74, right? That is minus zeta omega n is minus 0.74. Then omega n root of 1 minus zeta square is 1.123. So these things were written here. So now I want omega n, so square these two. So zeta square omega n square, if we square this, omega n square into 1 minus zeta square. So if we add theta square omega n square, will cancel with this. So we will get omega n. So this square plus this square, we will get omega n square. If we take square root, we will get omega n. That omega n, if we substitute here or here, we can find out zeta as 0.55.